Women love when they get what they want. That's
like,
it.
You need
So there's no
water.
loyalty. Loyalty doesn't exist.
What I'm trying to say here, and any man who's been to divorce or had problems with women will agree with me and understand exactly what I'm saying. Women are loyal to how they feel. If you make them feel a certain way, then they're loyal to that feeling, which is loyal to you. Women aren't loyal to anything outside of how they feel. Men actually are more loyal than women because men, like I said, can suffer gracefully. Women can't. Men will be loyal to a society. Men will be loyal to a race. Men will be loyal to their friends. Women can't even get along for 5 minutes amongst themselves. Men will be best friends for 50 years. Men are loyal. We know loyalty completely. We'll go die in a ditch for a flag. You want to talk about loyalty? Men are loyal. Women aren't loyal. Women are, how do I feel today? You can take a woman on a private jet to a mansion in Miami and have the best time. She'll tell you how much she loves you. And then the next day when she's mad at you, she will literally say verbatim, you never give me anything. You don't take care of me. You reject me. I'm not looked after. She'll forget 12 hours before where she had the world. Because women are only care about how they feel. They don't even think, they just feel. And what they feel is absolute gospel truth, and it matters more than society, matters more than everything else. They don't give a shit about World War II. They don't give a shit their grandfathers died. They don't give a fuck about England. They don't give a fuck about anything because they only care about how they feel. Whereas a man might sit and say, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to suffer for the greater good of my race, my nation, my ideals. So men are loyal. Women love when they get what they want. That's
like,
it.
You need.
When people say that they hate astrology, I just think that they hate women.
I'm sorry, but was that supposed to make any reasonable amount of sense? Disliking astrology is the equivalent to sexism now? Okay. Now, when I don't hate astrology, I just happen to find it illogical and irrational and not worth any reasonable person's time.
When do something collectively, it's known as a trend or a fad, but when men do something collectively, it becomes culture.
Oh dear, really? They're actually diving into this one, aren't they?
Men who go on dates with men and ask about their star sign are no different to men who go on dates and ask women if they fear God. There's really no difference.
Really?
These activities are just dehumanized and ridiculed and mocked under this current society.
When someone runs out of legitimate things to complain about, this is what happens.
And there's just such a trope of like women going on dates and being like, what's your star sign? And men being like, oh, like you're not into that for you. And it just shows their subconscious bias. Like, you just don't value things that women like. Sorry.
Now, most people don't like astrology because it is irrational. Stop trying to make things into something they are not.
Women are doing at home between $150,000 to $250,000 a year in domestic labor.
So you're saying women are doing $150,000 to $200,000 of unpaid labor?
Yes.
Have you thought about the unpaid labor that men do around the house? Construction, landscaping, plumber,
Yes.
electrician, pest control, security guard, IT support, chauffeur, mechanic, babysitter, etc.
That is such a fantastic point. Do you own a firearm?
No.
Would you date a guy who owns a firearm?
Yes.
Okay,
I
have you dated?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's interesting because you're saying, well, for you to have a full-time armed security guard, which is what women have, that's really expensive. Women basically have executive protection for free. That's unpaid labor. In fact, can I ask you a question? Husbands should be willing to protecting you.
Yes.
Take the bullet.
Yeah.
Would you do the reverse for him?
No.
If we're talking about unpaid labor, if I wanted to hire
Yeah.
24/7 security, that's hundreds of thousands of dollars a year.
Men don't really have a say in who gets picked.
Well, that's just amazing. Amazing that some individuals actually have convinced themselves of that and are trying really hard to convince other women of that. But gentlemen, just in case you didn't hear them the first time, apparently you have no choice in who chooses you to be in a relationship with. You are the real pick-me's.
And they never really did. They had to force it to be that way. So always remember that. At the end of the day, the right type of man will want to be picked.
The worst part about this is there's a lot of individuals that have actually convinced themselves of this type of nonsense. That is because a lot of women out there continue to view themselves as the prize in the relationship, when it couldn't be further from the truth. It is neither the man nor the woman that is the prize in the relationship. It is the relationship itself that is the prize. And until a lot of individuals actually wrap their minds around that concept, many of their relationships are going to continue to fail.
Do you know what an apex is?
You're about to say some but go ahead.
I would say that women's greatest danger is a man. And so because of that, of course, there will be resentment there.
Yes, absolutely. Men do bad things to women. There's no disputing that. But you're saying that men are apex predators. That's like that's incredibly sexist. There's no getting around that.
Why is that sexist?
If someone were to say black people are apex predators, would you find that racist?
Okay.
Hold on.
I'm going to explain this to you. I'm just going to explain it to you because you're not getting it.
No, I'm getting it.
No,
so
you're
here's
not.
what you're going to do. No. Wait. Can I?
A race does not make you more... It does not make you more productive.
Yes. Not make you?
Oh, are we going to get into this argument?
A study out today that says women become unhappy as they get older. Well, the flip side, men get happier as life goes on. Now, the researchers, a couple of economists, by the way, they say it happens when we each turn 48. And of the major factors coming down, it's all about money. Now, what's that all about? We're going to debate it. Mark Rudolph is a no-nonsense man, and Tracy Burns, our Fox Business reporter, joins me to tell us what's really going on.
First of all, this study was conducted by mostly men. And when men conduct anything, they talk about their finances because men judge themselves by the size of their wallet, toys, dare I say. So, you put all your toys together in a parking lot and it makes you happy. If they were to ask other questions in this study about spirituality, about the other aspects of our lives, that women would have taken over. I mean, first of all, a woman hits her prime at 35. Things get much better for us.
Hey, I'm 35. This is good for me. All right, Mark, all right, go, because I know you're going to go.
I was on the radio 2 weeks ago in Greensboro, North Carolina, and the host related a story. He overheard his son and daughter talking. So brother goes to sister and says, "How come you always have money and I don't?" And she says, "That's simple. I have a boyfriend and you have a girlfriend." Boys are taught that they're supposed to make women happy.
No, he's actually living in the dark ages.
There's that.
I'm not living in the dark ages. This is reality. And if either of you women has ever dated women, you would know what I'm talking about. What's happening in middle age here is that women who bring 70% of divorces are divorcing the men that they never wanted to marry to begin with. And so now that's what's making the men happy.
There's a reason that women live longer, Mark. Let me tell you. It is because we are stronger and we are happier at the end of the day than most men. And that is factual, and you know it.
When men are married to women who scream like you, they just want it sooner.
I'm not screaming.
When you have women going around,
Mark, you're divorced.
Tracy,
She left you. Let's put that on the table if you want to play this game.
Men are taught that they have to make women happy. The fact of the matter is, you can't make anybody happy. You have to make yourself happy. Happiness is a byproduct of achievement. So for women to say that they're unhappy, it's their own fault. Anybody who says he's unhappy, it's his own fault.
Mark,
everybody has to make himself or herself
You're
happy.
giving me such a bloody headache.
Yeah, I mean,
where are you from? Where are you from? Dear Lord, I would never in a million years teach my girls that they have to grow up to be reliant on a man, as you can well imagine. I would never teach my son that he should be attracted.
But Tracy, you're the same one. You're the same one who bragged that she's so strong and so tough and doesn't need a man's money. Yet you're taking alimony.
I have 3 children.
Okay, Mark.
You know what?
But you don't need a man's money.
Right,
I'm going to say something controversial. Men need to stop taking women on dates.
I'm so done with this fraud. Get your best friend and take her out of here.
You need to stop going on date. I'm going to say why. You should never take a woman out on a date that you don't have vested interest in and that you're not sure she has a vested interest in you. Stop trying to disillusion her with your money, your resources, your ability to buy her roses and all that dumb stuff.
That's not dumb. Disillusion me, baby, all day.
What has that gotten you? Where are they? Exactly. So stop doing it. You're wasting your money. You're wasting your time. If you want to know if a woman is interested in you for real and wants to not just use you as a meal plan, because let me tell you, a lot of my homegirls are going out with you because they are bored. They don't have nothing to do. They're not over the other dude. Somebody else in Vegas or New York hasn't hit her back yet, so she's going out with your stupid.
Jen, you better eat the
She got because I've been there, so stop taking her out on dates.
And what do you do to get to know them?
Don't buy her anything. Don't spend a dime. Don't spend a nickel. Don't spend a penny. Go somewhere that is free. And if she is unwilling to go there with you, don't go out with her. It should be free.
Pick me
I don't care. FaceTime. Talk to her on FaceTime. Talk to her on the phone. If she wants something from you without knowing you, she's playing.
And modern women, you already know they're going to come up with something stupid. like men are the real pick-me's. But I think at this point, men don't even care. Like modern women, they want to go back and forth about stuff that doesn't even actually matter. Whatever, dude. If you treat me right, like the bottom line is, if you treat me right, if you want me to come out and be a perfect gentleman or be just a gentleman, and I do that for you, then just do the same for me. How about that? Just do the same thing for me. That's it. Oh, well, you're the real pick-me. Okay, I'll be a real pick-me. I just do me right. Reciprocate. That's it. Don't come nagging. Act like you got some common sense. Be friendly. Take care of yourself the way you want me to take care of myself. I ain't telling you to be perfect. But all I'm saying is, you don't have to be 750 pounds. Well, this is... No. Unless you have a disease or some sort of medical issue, you don't have to be 750 pounds. That's you wanting to do that. That's you being out of control. I remember there was a clip where a woman and her kids were upset with the dad, and so she left him because he was trying to make the meat healthier. And now they're all extremely morbidly obese because of stupidity.
The internet never fails to amaze me. So I made a video talking about how I'm not interested in approaching women anymore because of the potential consequences, and I'm still getting some type of backlash from that. You got people saying, oh, you might just be unattractive. Me personally, I don't think that I'm unattractive, but it's okay if I'm not attractive to that specific woman. You got people also saying it's the approach. And my thing is, how else are you supposed to approach someone? I simply said, hey, how are you? A simple, respectful, gentle way of approaching someone. A simple indication to let you know that I don't mean any harm. This one lady in the comment section said that I was gay and that I'm teaching other men to mistreat women. How does not approaching women mean that I'm mistreating them? What? And then you got people saying, oh, you probably just don't got no game. How don't I have game if I'm choosing not to approach these people? Just because, say for example, if LeBron James retired from basketball, does that mean he's trash? And then you got people trying to talk about my glasses, trying to say that these are women's frames. My thing is, bro, Malcolm X had these literal exact same frames and nobody said a word about it. Like, bro, God forbid a person can't see, or you need to go get some entirely new frames so that you can talk to girls. Shut the f up, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I've seen women's frames. If you think these are women's frames, you're a Nimrod. And then from my experience, keyword my experience, I don't hear too many women say that they don't like glasses. If anything, they find glasses attractive. That's just from my perspective. I had a point in life where I just downright didn't wear my glasses, knowing that I needed them, and girls would still tell me, you look cute with your glasses. I think you should wear your glasses more. These days, bro, I'm not wearing my glasses because women have told me that I look more handsome in glasses. I'm simply wearing my glasses because I need them, and I'm not gonna walk around here squinting. But that's besides the point. And then y'all acting like it's not other ways to get women. I say all the time, if you want to get women, put yourself in position to where you can meet women, like hobbies, school, work. That way you can consistently see these people and they can get to know you instead of you just being a stranger walking up to them trying to get their number. It's crazy because y'all making it seem like I don't get women. My thing is, don't make assumptions about people you don't know. I have no problem getting women. I'm just more interested in messing with the women that want to mess with me. And it's crazy when I say this, a lot of people are going to assume that I think that I'm all that. And you may not agree with this, but I've been told that I'm decently attractive and I have a very attractive personality. I'm not lacking in the women department. I'm just going about it at a different angle. Apparently, it's a crime to say I believe in mutual interest now.
After building a career on making men think that she cared about them just to reach 1 million followers, turn around and say, you men, I actually don't like you at all. This has now garnered 8 million man-hating women, because that's just all of her content. Well, she popped out with a man. She got engaged, and now she's shocked and dazed and confused as to why her giant following of man-hating women aren't with her fiance, why they're all on her now. I'm sorry, you built an entire following on women who are bitter, angry, and lonely, and then you're wondering why they're not clapping for you now that you're no longer bitter, angry, and lonely? Also, can we just call out the men who date man-haters like Drew Afalo for like what they actually are, which is just cucks. Like, you're the biggest cuck. You know that your woman despises your entire gender, and you think that you're good enough? You think you're different? This is like when girls date misogynists, and they're like, yeah, he hates women, but I'm special. You're not special. You're idiot. Congratulations. Hating on men for your entire career has done one of two things. Actually, both things. Number one, they've made the man haters hate your husband, and they've made the women who don't even hate men hate your husband, because how desperate do you have to be with somebody like her? This relationship isn't gonna last. I don't think they're even gonna make it to marriage, and if they do, they will get divorced. This is my prediction right now.
What did you say? I said women don't like dudes who got their own, who don't need them. They rather deal with men who are not that intellectually aggressive, who gonna let them say what they want and do what they want. They rather deal with a man like, not saying you like that, but most women out here don't want to deal with a man who gonna say, baby, nah, don't wear that. Nah, baby, don't talk like that. They don't really want to deal with that. They rather deal with a dude who let them say and do whatever they want to do. And they think if a man be a man, he's toxic.
So my question was, do you with a real woman?
Let me answer that question.
And the reason why I asked is
listening.
because if you with a real woman, she's going to agree with you. Hey, maybe I shouldn't step outside wearing this,
I respect that, baby.
nasty ass shit.
Let me answer that. This is the problem. The real woman is standing too close to the hose, so we don't know the difference until we start talking to y'all. No, listen. I met a lot of women. It don't mean, I don't care if they from the hood. I don't care if they got two parents. Their interests are the same. It's like right now, right? If you see 10 lions coming down the street, are you going to try to figure out which lion going to bite your ass or not? You're going to be like them 10 lions. So unfortunately, the real woman agree with too much these on, so we don't know the difference.
How is it that I look like this today, yet no man wants me to be his girlfriend?
Is this a serious question? Because women just went from saying they rather pick a bear over a man. So why the hell would men approach you or even look in your direction? But not only that, so many women have taught men over the years that all men are real, so the good men of the world gave up. And it's so funny because women will constantly say that men don't listen, but now that men are listening, y'all are wondering where the good guys are at, why they don't approach you anymore, and why men are just simply not interested. And why the would they be interested? They don't know if they're going to be the next subject of all men are trash content on social media. They don't know if they're going to be accused of doing something they didn't do. They don't know if they're going to be used for dates. They don't know if they're going to be manipulated and then called a narcissist. And in this particular video, she's also asking why didn't they approach her because she looks the way that she looks. But the bottom line is most women are basic. There's nothing special to them. We all look the freaking same. So yeah, you actually have to come with more than just your looks. You actually need a personality nowadays too. Goodbye.
So it's been brought to my attention that men no longer want to come up to women anymore due to allegations, women being just so rude and disrespectful, and rejection. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know men didn't want to come up to women anymore. I'm barely finding this out.
So all the men from my previous post saying that they have found peace by being alone and they're not trying to date because they just want peace. Are you trying to say that we don't bring peace to your life?
Oh, they didn't try to say anything. They flat out said that they'd rather be by themselves and peaceful than to be with some of the women that are available out there.
I have to disagree.
Of course there would be some women that have to disagree with that statement because they simply cannot bring themselves to believe that many men, especially after seeing what's out there in the dating market, would rather be single, and they're actually happier being so.
I do not think that if a woman that you so desired was available to you, you would choose peace over commitment, good meals with conversation, and things like that. So I'm gonna call your bluff.
Some women simply don't get it because none of those things that were listed are actually what brings a man peace in a relationship. And if we're being really honest with ourselves, most men can get all of those perks of being in a relationship without actually being in one. So quite frankly, ladies, some of you are going to have to start accepting that men can be happy by themselves. I know that comes as a surprise.
There's one thing that drains a man faster than anything else in a relationship, and most women do it every single day without realizing. It's not about what you're saying. It's how you're saying it. The tone of voice. A lot of women don't realize they've stopped using that soft, warm voice with their man. Everything comes out sharp. Complaining about this, nagging about that, bringing up what he didn't do. When was the last time you said something genuinely positive? Not sarcastic, not backhanded, just appreciative. Most of the time, it's 90% critical and maybe 10% positive, if that. And then we wonder why he seems distant or checked out. That constant negativity. It's draining. Every man needs a place where he feels safe, respected, and welcomed, not spoken to, like he's already failed before he even tries. Because when a man feels valued, he naturally gives more, loves harder, and shows up better. And it brings out the version of him you always wanted. Your man craves your softness, your warmth. He needs to feel like you actually like him.
And, to the point that Sarah was talking about, you actually have to come with something more than just your looks. It's crazy that modern women think, they really, truly, honestly think that guys have to evolve. And by evolve, they have to evolve to my standards. I mean, you have to do what I would want you to do. You have to act how I would want you to act. Say what I want you to say, the whole 9 yards. But for me, I can say as I am. I can do pretty much what I want to do. I don't have to really, I've always been the prize. I've always been so far advanced and so far ahead of you. You're just stronger than I am, so you've been able to hold me down. But now that we as a collective, because they really think it was them by themselves, we as a collective, we women, we're so powerful, we came together and we demanded and we fought and we did this, and this. Okay. I mean, I guess if that's what y'all think, then that's what you think. But whatever. Just stop acting stupid. I think that's it. And maybe you'll start getting approached.
Older women are starting to say in their 40s that they prefer younger men. And we've had people on our podcast that are in their 40s that have said this, because I'm not in my 40s, so I don't know. But they're saying because they're more easy-minded, they're not stuck in their ways, and they're not intimidated by strong women. So they're like, we are, and I hear this all the time. The older women are saying the young men
What's
got it.
What's older women then? Let's talk about that.
40s.
Okay, so 40-year-old women who like younger men just like boy toys.
I could believe that.
They just like somebody because everybody done written them off and nobody want them, and now they just want a partner and they know it's not gonna be a
nobody want them. It's
not gonna be it's not gonna be no attachment because the young dude ain't gonna be a young dude eventually gonna be like, well, I'm just gonna get with her and that's it. And they know this ain't long term. He already know it ain't long term. If he like 26, 28, he know he got a future with something else. So this is just a pass along, pass by.
Well, there's some men that have been like Drea's with, oh boy, they have a kid together. He's like 23 and she's 45 or something.
But then there is cases where, there is cases to where an older lady can like really like turn a young boy out. And he's just overwhelmed and he's just like.
I think that it's kind of strange that when men are with super young women, we're like, that's disgusting, you're this. But when women do it, it's not looked at like that.
If you could give a single girl some dating advice, what would you say to her?
How old?
Like 21.
Just bang them all. But I will say, bang dudes quietly. Don't tell everyone.
So you got your eye open for the simp, dog. Don't let him know you out here busting it open. But hell, even if you was busting it open, the simps ain't gonna give a anyway. They just want their turn to marry your hollowed out up. But the thing is, she ain't saying
that these women ain't already doing anyway. Right? They're already doing this.
What this woman said might be one of the most real and emotional things I've heard in a while. She talks about how, if she were a man, she'd actually be scared to date a woman today, because so many women have lost empathy, kindness, and patience toward men.
If I was a guy, I would be so scared and actually hate to date a woman. I probably just would, like most of you guys, just not bother dating a woman. Because women nowadays are so cruel and they're so harsh. And I know so many men nowadays who still want to have the whole traditional family. They want to be traditional men. They want to do things for women. But the thing is, women are not willing to do anything for men. Women have no mercy, no tolerance, and no kindness or empathy towards men. So a man approaches a woman, goes through the most horrific experience of his life, and is scared to ever do it again. And I just think I would not do it either, because I know how women are. And that is exactly why I do what I do. And I try to explain to women that men are humans too. And I try to explain, and the content I make is to directly fight against that. It's to directly go against the whole narrative of men are terrible people and men aren't humans at all.
I said that women, ultimately, we are making the choice to not keep children sometimes. And I'm saying to you, that could be true. However, what are the factors that are leading us up to do this? And you're saying...
It's just women.
Is this fact-based or is this your opinion?
Women hold all of reproduction rights in America. Men do not hold any reproductive rights in America. So how is it men's fault?
They play every part in that.
Let me use an analogy, right?
Go ahead.
So if it's the case that being in shape or being out of shape is all in your hands, which is true because you put the food in your mouth and you can choose not to put the food in your mouth. So it's your choice. Would it be logical if you gained a whole lot of weight and got real fat to blame it on Walmart for making you fat? Or did you choose to buy all of that food and eat all of that food at Walmart? That'd be all of your choice. So that analogy maps onto women holding all reproductive rights is their choice. So if a chick is fat, she fat not because of Walmart, she fat because of her choices. If a chick aborts her child, she aborted her child because of her, not because of the man.
Men do care about the way that your body looks. You don't act like perception doesn't matter. No, it does. And men actually do care about the way that your body looks. Again, women are the only ones that'll say the face card never declines. Men don't say that because they will decline it because the body's not right. They will look over the overweight, obese women for plenty of reasons. But one of them is because, well, hey, look, I know that if she gets pregnant, she's just going to get bigger. It's not funny. If she gets pregnant, she's just going to get bigger. And if she's not already concerned about this, when she does get bigger after this baby, all I'm going to hear about is excuses, and she's going to blame the baby for it when she was already coming like that. All right. You don't want to deal with that. All right. Men care about the way men get to tell men to work out for themselves and for more women. They'll say, first and foremost, it should be for yourself. This is your health. But secondly, you are gonna have more options. You're gonna have better options the better you look. That's facts. Okay, men can tell men to work out and they'll do it. Well, and then some of y'all, honestly, it's the weirdos that'll be like, I'm not doing this for anything, for anybody. And if women want this, I'm gonna sit on my ass and F it. Okay, like trust, just let them go. Let them go. Okay, let them go. But look, men get to tell men to work out for themselves. And secondly or thirdly, whatever, I don't really care, but it's okay to work out so that women like you more. It's okay. But when women tell women to work out, they won't do it. It's a very different kind of response. All right. Women, cut it out.
I'm just saying, if you're going to be feminist, you can't be feminist until the check comes. You got to pony up. You got to pay half the bill.
No,
tell me why.
Absolutely not. Sorry. That's why I go back to saying masculine men. Masculine men will always pick up that tab no matter what. They have no problem picking up that tab, and they will actually never let a woman pay for it, especially if it's his
I love
woman.
this. Yes.
He will not let her pull out her wallet ever.
So what do men owe to women?
Nothing. nothing.
Well,
what do you mean?
You're saying a masculine man would never let a woman pay. So he has some degree of, there's a female-driven expectation on men. What does he get in return for being a masculine man?
To be in the presence of a woman.
Okay, so what do women have to do? What is a woman's duty? You're saying a man has a duty to pay for first dates, to be a provider, to be a masculine, all these things. What do women have to do?
Show up. Be
That's
a
it?
woman. Be the woman
Just show up?
That like.
What if I said
do you
that? I just have
understand
to
what it is?
show
Such a
up.
privilege it is to
it's a
even
privilege.
be.
Okay,
to
so
have
women
a
are
very.
privileged.
You know, a wise man once said, "Don't save her, she don't want to be saved." And I didn't know how right he was until I started posting female-centered content online. Because here I am, a woman, talking to women, about the things that we can work on and get better at and grow, so that way we can live these amazing lives that we want to live. And a lot of the girlies just don't want to hear it. And that is disappointing, you know, because in order to enjoy my content, you do have to be a certain type of woman. That's fair. You have to be a woman that takes accountability for her actions, doesn't say, he made me feel this way, she made me feel this way, they made me crash out. No. We take accountability over here. You also have to be an honest woman, a woman who is honest with herself about, here's where I went wrong in the situation. Here's where I could have cut it off before it even got to as bad as it was. And you also have to be a woman that is confident enough to say what she thinks, what she feels about the world, even if none of the rest of the girlies agree. That is such a special type of woman. I love the women in my audience down. I just wish there were more of us. I really do.
So we mature faster than men. It is a known fact.
If you say so.
Even at the adolescent stage, and even when we're in our 20s and our 30s, like our mindset is usually not the same, right? So women tend to like, you give a woman, she'll make a house a home. You know what I mean? So
Stop that.
yeah, I'm just saying.
Women ain't making no house, no goddamn home.
I promise you.
Maybe your grandmothers and the great grandmothers, like
The
these
right
women
woman.
today.
The
they
right
ain't do-
woman.
Well, see, now you putting everybody in one category.
So the right woman.
We can't sit here and say women are old, much more mature, but when it comes to older men and younger women, the maturity seems to go out the window. Or maybe men are more mature. That's why they can deal with older women. Like it's one or the other. We can't sit here and say women are mature. We are always getting finessed by the older men, while the younger men, they're not getting as finessed. Are they more mature? That's why they can handle the older women, and the younger women are not as mature. That's why they keep getting finessed by the older men. Like I don't know. Like
the YNs is finessing the older women though. Right?
Are they more mature?
I fuck with you. I'm staying in your crib.
And they were saying something to the effect, I think in one of the clips, that the YNs are finessing the older women. I honestly don't think that's the case. I honestly think that these older ladies, some of these older ladies, they know what they're doing, right? I don't want no man, yada, yada, yada. Some of them, right? I'll give you that. But then there's some of these other ladies, they're desperate and they'll do anything for the D to come through. They'll do anything. I got me a little man on the side. I just need a little bit, right? And he honestly and truly, I think they know it's not going anywhere, but they want him to stay over a little bit. They kind of like him a little bit. Oh, but we can't be together because I'm 20, 30 years his senior. Young man don't really want that either. I mean, I just want the benefits. I want what she give me, and I can spoil him without having to be married, yada, yada, yada. But I really, I thought the toys would do it, but I really need the touch of a man. That's what a lot of these modern women are running into.
3 a.m. and I'm being tagged in a video that says that women who decenter men are losers. And I'm gonna tag the young lady who tagged me in the video. What do you mean women who love themselves and put themselves first are losers? I'm sorry that I don't need male validation to know I'm that. And then the video goes on to say, well, if you can't keep a man, then that's on you. That's a you problem. Why the would I want to keep a man? Why would anybody want to keep a man? It's honestly sad and pathetic, the amount of times that I get tagged in weird ass videos like that. And then what makes it even worse, the person who was making the video was a woman. Y'all gotta do better. Listen, if you don't love yourself, that's a you problem. But stop trying to come for me and my girls who do, okay? Just because you don't know your worth doesn't mean that you need to be sitting up there calling women who do know their worth losers. Stupid. The only real loser is the one kissing to be chosen. The pick-me's. Choose me. God. Love me. Girl, do men center women? That's the real question. Do men center women? Do men even care about women? And then the argument is always, well, it's not all men. It's enough men, and the men that it's not, they don't hold the men who it is accountable. So that makes them just as bad. Women like this put a bad taste in my mouth, because these are the type of women who would cross a woman for a man. Y'all gotta watch out for women like this, seriously. Honestly, women who defend men in any way, shape, or form should be embarrassed.
Just simply loving the guys around you for being good people. And you're a pick-me, you don't love yourself, you don't care for other women. It's like, what the are you talking about?
Okay, genuine question for those that say that women should go 50-50 in a relationship with a man because it's the 21st century and we're equals now. Do you think that women fought for the right to have our own money, have our own bank accounts, have our own property, just to turn around and give that to a man, to the same people that were fighting us on it, that were like, no, you're not equal. Oh man, I wish you could have a bank account, but you're just not equal. You're not equal to us.
If guys wanted to take away your rights, they would do it. They're stronger. They would just take it away. This is not, guys didn't fight you and you fought them and won and got these things. That's not how it worked.
You think your mom deserves less? You have a mom, right? You think she deserves less?
Of course.
Why does she deserve less?
No, I'm saying I have a mom, yeah.
And you say women deserve less. Your mom is a woman.
Yeah, what does that have to do with anything?
You came out of less. You came out of a woman.
Here's the
you
difference.
wouldn't be alive without a woman.
Well, here's the difference. How old are you guys?
15.
Where's your father?
Where's your mother, you dumbass? Where's your mother?
Where's your dad?
Where's your mother?
What the hell is going on here?
Fucking moral.
I'll tell you this, my mom was a prep around, downtown Miami at 15. The hell? Bro, what the hell's going on here, man?
I don't think women understand that men don't want to provide for the woman who says, oh, I deserve it. Oh, as he should. No. Like, men want to provide for the woman who says, thank you so much. Like, thank you. You really changed my life. You really, make my life easier. Like, thank you. I want to make your life easier in a lot of ways, too. Like, it should be this mutual respect for one another. Because a man is not going to be respected when you're saying, oh, as he should. As he should. He should give me that. Like, it's so damaging to relationships nowadays. But that's just my opinion.
We hear women come up and talk about how successful they are and how intimidated men are. And they never say a word about their character. And I just can't help but think about how turned off women get when men lead with money and lead with accomplishment and end up having nothing but unavailability and coldness and lack of emotional development, because that unfortunately is what it takes to succeed in certain career fields. You can look it up. And for some reason, women think that the success that they've amassed has somehow happened without them becoming devoid of a lot of the personality and relationships that men are devoid of. And they flex their accomplishments and money the same way men do. And somehow we make it different every time. Every time. No disrespect to you, but you didn't say about being a good woman. Nothing.
Why
you didn't say no.
I'm just gonna,
all that, bro. Didn't say nothing about.
I can tell you what.
This is about a larger point. This is not about her as an individual. We don't hear I'm successful, I got my degree, and I've been in therapy the last 3 years working out my issues. I just bought a house, and I also identified my childhood trauma and it took inventory over my baggage, and I got it out the way. Oh, also I'm loyal. My time management is on point. I do what I say I'm gonna do. I'm considerate. We never hear any of it. What I hear is when say that y'all act like, when men say that y'all have turned into alphas, what we're talking about is the worst parts of manhood. Y'all have taken it on. Now the problem with men is that we won't admit that those are the worst parts of us too. But shorty, y'all have taken the worst parts of what it means to be successful, and y'all wear that like a badge. Look at what it's done to us. If you need an example of what it looks like to only live in your accomplishments, look at the black men around you. You in a city full of them. Look at how devoid they are. Look at what it took them to get to where they are. Look at how underdeveloped some of them are emotionally. This is what you want? Is this what we're going to do, to let accomplishments be band-aids for that?
Like, I'm confused. Y'all love to call men sassy. Y'all love to call men and this and that. This gives very much lesbian behavior to me. Women do not respect women. And this is something I've realized in my lifespan of having interpersonal relationships, and more so even just working with so many women throughout my career. For those of you who are new here, I am a certified life coach. I specialize in love and relationships, self-development, and finances, and I have been doing so for a decade. Y'all remember when Nipsey Hussle or whatever, right? And Lauren London, I think to this day, Lauren London that's my baby. That's the man that changed it all for me. That's the man that really gave me a good scope on relationships. That's who was just going to be till the day I die, right? And I think there was I forgot who it was it Kodak Black maybe? I don't remember who it was, but there was some entertainer who had tried to make some type of advances towards Lauren London on social media. I don't remember how it went, but y'all know, because y'all keep up with this stuff way more than I do. And there was a plethora of male entertainers that came out talking about leave her alone, Nipsey this and respect Nipsey that and so on and so forth, right? Do you know why they stood up for Lauren London? It was not predominantly because of Lauren. It was because of Nipsey, because they respected Nipsey. Men respect men, but women do not respect women as a whole. That's why you'll see that men are less likely to be side dudes as opposed to women who are more likely to be side chicks. These are statistically proven. I made a video about it. I'm not arguing with you. This is why men can go on their boys trip and come back all friends. And then when some women go on these girls trips, they come back beefing, hating each other. And sometimes, unfortunately, someone doesn't come back at all. I talk a lot about romantic relationships on this page, right? And that's because that's where my expertise is in. That's what y'all want to hear. But honestly, if you do not know how to have a good relationship with a woman, with the person that you're more than likely going to have a relationship with or multiple relationships with, you're unlikely to have a good relationship with a man, romantic relationship that is. At one point when the women were getting the BBLs and their bodies done and all this type of stuff, I would say it was for a man. Now y'all are doing it to compete with the other woman because you want to look better for the other woman. I'm confused. Y'all love to call men sassy. Y'all love to call men and this and that. This gives very much lesbian behavior to me. Y'all doing everything in competition with another woman. Y'all changing yourselves in competition with another woman. You only want to have aesthetically pleasing female friends. Let's be for real. Let's work on having better relationships with ourselves and better relationships with the people around us. And again, women are going to gravitate towards women. So focusing on having those more impactful, meaningful, genuine relationships with other females. Let's start there. Stay safe.
One of the dumbest lies that these women who preach about toxic masculinity say is when they say things like, oh, it's okay for men to be emotional. I want my man to be emotional. I want him to vent to me. Be so for real. You do not want an emotional man. You actually find them repulsive. So sorry to all the men that had to endure that time period where being masculine was the absolute worst character trait you could have. We're kind of still going through that, but I feel like we're kind of coming out of it. But do not listen to these women. They do not want you to be emotional. They are lying to themselves. I am a woman that's not mentally ill. I talk to a lot of other non-mentally ill women on a daily basis, and we all agree that venting is very unattractive. Being hyper emotional as a man is very unattractive. And the thing is, these women that preach about toxic masculinity are actually attracted to stoicism. They are actually attracted to masculinity, but they have to lie to themselves to fit within the sisterhood. So then they go find an emotional man and they end up hating the relationship. They are completely exhausted by the emotions. And they get so upset when you put men and women into boxes. And truthfully, I think that that's fake outrage. But the thing is, I'm emotional as a woman. Most women are emotional. If my husband was also super emotional, this would never work. It would be exhausting. So how about we just celebrate the differences? How about we just celebrate the masculinity and the stoicism and say, oh, you know what? I need some of that in my life.
And Myron was messing around, but on a serious note, those little girls look like they can be 15. I hope they're at least 18, but they look like they can be about 15, 16. They look like they need to be in the house. And that's the thing. These modern women in general don't really have a firm grasp on security. So they're out doing a whole bunch of stuff at all times of the night. You don't know what's going on. You don't know who's lurking. You don't know what's going to happen. A lot of times people are inside. You might go out something bad happened, and then you got to try to call, and hopefully the person hears the phone in their sleep. You don't want to put yourself in that position. You want to start to play to your strength. I want to stay out all night and this and that. You want to play to your strengths. That's the problem with modern women. They want to be like men. They want to hang out and do all of these things like men. I'm strong enough to do it. I'm strong enough to handle it. Do you have a little something that can level the playing field? No, I don't think I should have to carry or do all that. Well, then what you doing out here? What are you doing out here? I mean, you as a man, even for a man, do you have a little something to even the playing field? Because even with a man's strength, some people might come up and pull out the tool on you. So do you have something to match force with force? Men got to think about that type of stuff too. I know y'all don't think they do, but they have to think about that type of stuff too. Come on, man. Y'all got to watch it. Y'all got to take care of yourself.